Téged is hallani fognak, by the way. Nem baj. Now we are started, I think. Oh yeah, we are live. So, the quest for the day is to finish this single feature, which is the card pockets that I came up with a couple of days ago. Just received an email from YouTube that saying that I'm now live. So it is official. I should be live, am I? So, thank you. My wife giving me signals from my left. Let me open up YouTube from the other browser. I always have a hard time finding where the stream is. Got it. Right, so I need to raise the volume of the speaker microphone a little bit. Let's crank it up all. Maybe move it a bit closer. Don't mind my parrot. He's helping me not paying attention to what I should be. Okay. Is it any better? Right. Thank you. So what I'm looking for is where I left off last time, because I've done pretty much 80% of it. The difficult part has been finalized in the last session, which I haven't streamed because I was elsewhere. But the good news is that I am nearly done with this feature, so I'm hoping that I can do it before this stream stops. So as you can read in the comments, that the goal is to finalize this pockets feature and push it out to the crowd, so our test users who are already crushing the app every single day can test and get some feedbacks on. Right, some more volume adjustments, just to keep my volume in the yellow field or yellow zone. If you ever used OBS, then you probably know what I'm talking about. I guess this should do. Right, so where was I? So the feature that we are talking about is the let me see where it is. Oh, it's in the card menu. So I have these let me open up the demo page. So at least explain to the viewers and for myself too of what am I doing, or what I would like to see happen. So I have these test cards, and I've developed a new look. So this was the first kind of look for the pockets. Then I wanted to make them a little bit more pocket-like, which I did. So these are the pockets now, and these are the pockets in, oh gosh, that's a not good color. I will change that. But pocket content comes here. Right, so the goal is to So the goal is to make these pockets So I've created the template creator, which is here. So when you set up a Pocket template that you like and you like to save.
To the tech village, or are you home today?
I think I need to mute. Or at least lower the volume of Discord, because it might become a little bit distracting. So these pockets should be support template saving. So you can, if you have a line out that you like, you can save it, and then you can load it back. Or if you create a new card, let me find one that doesn't have any pockets. Or I might actually I just remove the ones that are here so they don't get in the way. Oh yeah, I forgot it doesn't work there, but it should work here. Yes, okay, this one is finalized. Delete. Or not. Oh, okay. There is something I still need to repair. I don't know why I can't delete it though. Let me see if I can after refresh. Okay, let's see it now. Yeah, okay, so one deletion goes through, but the second one doesn't for some reason. So I think the sourcing of which one to delete is unclear. So I might repair this so people can, once released, dynamically delete whatever they want. So, but here we have arrived to the starting point, which is to have a clean pocketless card. So we can add pockets one by one. Why is it this doesn't work either? Okay, I've introduced a new update which was focused on applying templates last time, and that might have caused some issues, or maybe it's the same loop thing that causing the deletion problem. So let's see if I can create new pocket. No, it doesn't work either. Oh gosh, I wasn't aware of this issue that I have created yesterday, but I have had to make some changes on how the template's being pulled and applied. But anyway, the goal is to, now the template should be working. So if I press that, then it will pull across, let's say, the mix2 pocket template, which consists of two of each types with names attached to them. I might show that in the display, but if I apply it, yeah, so it will it's not all, so I might have to add some more delay before I show what's been created. Yes, so these are the pockets that's just been created. So 2 text, 2 file, 2 drop down, and 2 simple ones. I don't know why the standing order is mixed up. I should check if the numbering for list standing order works as intended, because it probably doesn't. Let me see. So I've created I really need to rename these to something more recognizable and English. Guess the language, by the way, if you want. Right, so in Green Project Pocket Test, I would like to see how many or what numbers do these assets get assigned to when created from a template. So I came to my application data. Now I'm looking for pockets, and then I need these ones that are being generated last time. So it's 1000 for both. Okay, so it doesn't. This is weird. So it duplicated the numbers, which shouldn't happen. It should all be 1000 higher than the previous one, so it should be 1000, 2000, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by the end. I need to see what's causing this. 2. So I should make some legitimate work plan before I start executing things, because I might look over stuff that I don't finish. So let's create a new card for Flow Project, which is what I'm working on right now. And let's call it Pocket Feature Finalization. And then add. Okay, I'll bring this up top. Oh, actually, this is the active one. I pull these off because I'm not dealing with these anymore, or at the moment. Labels are done, so this can go to done. Okay. Alright, so let's make a checklist first. So I need to prepare numbering from template. Then I also need to prepare deletion. Then, so the template loading and saving. So once you have a layout that you prefer and would like to reuse in other cards later, then you can press save, and then it will list out the number of things that you are saving. And once you give it a name, you can save it, and then it will be listed here once it's been saved. And I also need to create a template deletion feature, which is not there yet. Actually, I might also want to do deletion and renaming. I'm not sure if it's worth fiddling with colors, because I don't think you would want to have so similar Pocket templates saved that would need different colors for separation. So I think I'll just keep it clean, because the amount of information that is in front of you, which is the types of the pockets and the numbers of which each pocket consists of, would define. Hopefully it will be enough. If it's not, then if there will be any complaints from the users, I would probably update it and change it based on requirements. So that's fine. So where was I? Yeah, so we don't need to recolor, but we need to be able to. I don't think we need to modify it. We would like to delete it. Let's see. So repair numbering, create template deletion, and renaming. Yeah, that's fine. So I don't want to, develop a feature to make changes inside this pocket, because big pocket template, because if you just don't like it, or if you want to make a change, you can load it like I did now, then do your modifications on the pockets that you would like to save as a template, and once you're done, you just press save current layout as new template, add a new name, and then delete the one that you used to start it out with and you don't need anymore. So deletion is needed. What else? So once you apply a template, I have given this handy feature of select. So if you have had other pockets added to the card already, you might want to keep them. Oh, this color change need to be repaired. Okay, repair. Remaining pocket color change stay red. I would remember that. So I want it to be red when it's unselected and it's got deleted, or green, or back to normal when it's not when it's toggled on. So the reason for this is because if you have had previous pockets, don't worry about it. He will live his life. So so I want these pockets to be selectable or deselectable. So let's imagine you have created the wrong pocket template for the card, and you started adding data. Gosh, I should really revisit the coloring of this input field. Yeah, I will make a note. Right, so let's imagine you have got data, and this text field you would like to keep because you already worked with it. So once you apply a new template that consists the majority of pocket types and names you would like to use, I will just say which ones to keep, which ones to delete. So you say you will keep the first one because you already have data in it, and then you apply. All of these that doesn't have data or you don't want to keep will get deleted. The one that's kept on, the ones that's kept on is the one. I'm not sure if you can hear my parrot crying of not paying too much attention to him, but I am paying too much attention to the microphone, which he hates. Anyway, so I just go with the flow. So this will stay on, and then the rest coming from the template would be loaded beneath in theory. So now we should see. Yeah, okay. So it happened. We just don't see the change, I guess. Let me see if I refresh. So there's two different things. One is what is happening in the background. Yeah, see. But I suspect that the one that I have selected to keep has gone because there's no content. Am I in the right? Yes, right pocket or right card. So I also need to make sure that the one that are not selected, I think it's just the toggle missing a feature of not disabling the marked for deletion flag on the actual item that you uncheck. It worked well before, but I think I have created what? Yeah, okay. Oh, this is a new template. It's not something I wanted. I just wanted to see if I replace it with something else. Then, so I have this feature of now when the user presses toggle off, then it will mark this pocket to deletion, and if it toggle it back on, then it should remove the mark from the pocket, which I suspect doesn't happen. That's why it stays red. So that needs to be repaired, which I already made a note about. And there was one more thing I wanted to do in order to call this finished, as like for the MVP, which is the minimum viable product that I would like to go with in order to figure out whether or not this entire journey of creating this app worth it. So before I put too much energies and attention into nitpicking and repairing features that might not going to be used, I would like to do bare bones basic that is quick to develop and looks okay to use, and most importantly will become intuitive somewhat to use. Once that's done, then I will launch it, which I already did in early access, but I would like to find some new users, and then it will become obvious to decide whether or not I would like to keep the app, basically. Right, so what the next feature is. So let's say they have got the ability to apply templates, remove templates. I also need to replace the new design over here too. Yes, that's one of the big challenges. Yeah, baby, I know you are bored, but go out and play with your games if you want. So, where was I? Yeah, so what I wanted to do is to create, replace new template in front. So the reason I have two displays is because I might change this actually, but how I built it at the moment is that I have a scroll view, which doesn't make sense when you only have one type of thing. But if you have multiple tabs, so I might hide this as well. Well, it say it has description, but there's no description. Now it has, or at least no text in the description. So we have the scroll view, and everything that is developed or added to the card can be seen in a scrollable surface. Whereas I also created focus views for the different types of data that is being added. Let me see. This one has a good example. So now we see there's some very short, just two text description, or two letters description here, which can be as long as they want. And then I have a bunch of trial check marks or check lines and pockets. So, if you come back, open up the card the first time and you just want to glance through of what you want to work on, it's fine to use a scrollable, seeing everything kind of template. But I also wanted to give a focused view of, let's say I only want to work on a checklist for now, so I don't want to see everything else. And then also the same for the pockets. And I also, replacement, has it been replace new templates? Yes, it's been added. And the last thing is to, what is the last thing? So apply pockets. Scroll view, replace it over here. Oh yeah, to apply the different types, because I already have drop down simple. So there are 4 types of pockets. Let me show you. And for myself as a reminder, let's hope it works this time. No, it doesn't. Okay, so there are 4 types of pockets. There is the drop down, the text, where you can store text element. Drop down, obviously you select one option from a drop down, which will be displayed over here outside. And then simple, which only has text, so it's basically become a checkbox with a title, no additional content added. And the 4th one is files. So when you want to save files into the separate section into a pocket on your card. So basically this pocket function has been designed to replace or to be an alternative for the custom fields that many project management apps using to help creators, especially those who are creating templated repetitive kind of, let's say, content. For example, if they are video creators and they want to create the similar kind of things they will need for all of their videos. They need to do research, they need to maybe write script, collect and create thumbnails, do the videos. So I would like to give them the opportunity to save the kind of things that they would like to collect for each card, where one card represents a video project, and then the collection would be stored in pockets inside the card. And it's particularly can come handy when you are working with a team, a couple of people, and let's say you assign a project to a number of users or a number of your employees or partners, and you will outline the kind of things that needs to be completed, and not just use it as a checklist as you might do over here, but also use it as a storage for separated type of content, where you can then just come back and then lift out the required content from the right pocket of what you are viewing. And I would also like to apply or add a new feature which will have like a pocket lock on whether or not you can assign a card done based on the fact if all of the pockets are done or not. So there will be an optional feature for each card to select if you want to have a pocket lock on or not. Anyway, so the last feature is to pockets. Yeah, develop the different types. Okay, yeah, these are the goals for the day, which is fairly not the easiest day plan I have ever written, but I also see doable. So let's just jump on it and pick something I would like to work with. I also had this idea of not forcing the users. So the goal for Flow is to make the most user-friendly and easy to use project management app. And my idea for that is not to force the user into making too much decisions before starting the productive work. Instead, jump right in and then just do. So I know that some users or some productive people like to use a standing order in their planning of, let's say I want to do this first, and they would love to have a reorganization function for the checklist. But I came up with something different. I'm not sure if it's smarter or better for everyone, but it definitely do work for me, which is not to waste too much time on thinking on standing orders, because at the end of the day your goal is to do all tasks. And yes, there are scenarios when standing order is important, but still I would say setting up the standing order beforehand could cause a significant amount of thinking and time wasted, which might be useless if you want to do it all in one anyway. So what I have done, instead of reorganizing them one by one and spending your time trying to figure out the best standing order, is I have added a highlighted feature where you can just pick one. Let me find the one that I would like to work on and I can show you. So let's say because I'm just warming up, I would like to start with something that is easy to do so that can get me into the mood and also cause some good feelings of achievement. So it will come as a positive kickstart power for my next steps. So we'll choose something easy. Let's say find out what's wrong with the deletion, and if you put highlight, it will get highlighted and lifted to the top. So once you come back, maybe you've checked something else before, and then you come back, you will still see this is the most important thing you have highlighted last time. And if when you complete the task, the highlight will come off and it will jump to the bottom, meaning that that's already done. You don't need to pay too much attention for it, only if you look for it. But I would like to go back and take it back to the top with the highlighted feature. Was it this one? Create template, deletion and renaming. No, that's a difficult function because that needs to be, so we'll stick with the repair deletion. And yeah, so the problem I'm facing, I also added this feature of adding comments to your check lines when there's a scenario where you need more content or more clarification about something. So here I will say repair deletion means that I need to find the reason why cut need refresh before you can delete more than one pocket. So this is my comment. And I also added this handy secondary feature of when you have a lot of, so this side, the right hand side, is the common features where people can, if you have, or you can collect information on the go, or other people can contribute with their questions, comments, etc. So this is a flowing chart of content. And I added this handy highlight feature. So when you have more comments here and you're highlighting this check mark, because so first of all, you will see that there is a comment because there's a little icon there, and if you click that icon, it would scroll to the comment that is linked with this task, and also highlights it from the crowd. But anyway, there's only one here, so I don't need to use it. So let's do repair deletion. Let's repair the deletion issue that we have. So just remove the debugger, so I will see everything. It loads quicker, and also it doesn't distract me from what I'm doing. This page is for testing. This one is the live version that is already out and can be used by anyone registering the app for free. Anyway, so this is the test, and this is the builder that I use to create my app. So let's see, I need to navigate to the place where they are stored first and foremost. So I need to find, which can be difficult sometimes, but I've been I've spent so many times inside this section in the past few days. I do find it easy. Okay, so the change I have made is that I have created a reusable element, which is acts like a container that has separate workflows attached to it, and it acts like a separate page embedded inside. It looks like part of the page because it is embedded, but its controls and features and workflows are located in a separate page, which is inside the element. So I should enter, and now I will see it doesn't have background because why not? Yeah, it does. It just doesn't know where to pull it from because there's no content linked with it at the moment, but it will always say or drags through the background color of each pocket depending on what is stored in a database. But now what I would like to find out is why the edit element, which is another reusable element inside a reusable element, doesn't do its job while deleting one card. Why doesn't it triggers again? So I have to dig inside the pocket menu reusable, which hosts the drop down that shouldn't be white. Oh yeah, no, it's the same thing. It's bringing through the color of the project to make it less distracting, but I might color it black one day. But anyway, so now what I would like to do is, or see, is what the workflow related with this button, which is the delete the pocket. Oh yeah, so it doesn't delete anything straight away. It will trigger a clarification button, which I need to find. So is it? Okay, let me see. Set states. Oh yes, okay, so I know now what happens. So it will set a front-end state of stating that this is not deleted yet, but it should be deleted. So I rename the front-end state just to make sure that it doesn't confuses me in the future. Marked for deletion. Okay, so it will say that the content that is held inside this container that is placed in is marked for deletion. So that's the goal. That's the workflow that happens when you press that button. Trouble is that I'm thinking about it, I might have to actually I might have to create a clarification, a deletion clarification step, just to make sure that people not accidentally, although I know it is 2 clicks already because you need to open the menu and press on deletion, but still when you are deleting something, it's always scary to just see the things gone before you can have a second thought on it. So I might change up things a little bit, but now I need to find my way back to the reusable that this pocket menu is placed on, which is the previous page I've been. So I just probably, oh yeah, I recorded all of my sub clicks. Does it goes back? Okay, no, doesn't matter. So I need to find a place where I can pocket focus. Yeah, that's the one. So this is the workflow. Oh, this is the place where this element is placed, and I have a workflow which is not triggered by a click because cannot so reusables cannot send out information of where the user has been clicked inside the reusable, because a reusable element can be placed multiple times on the same page, and it just confuses the system of where the trigger came from. So I had this run every time when pocket edit menus marked for deletion is yes. So when this, oh, I see where the problem is. So once you press once, it will delete the pocket, right? So it deletes the first pocket as it's intended to do previously. I will add this new feature of double checking whether or not you would like to delete that pocket. But now, just to repair this, and then I will iterate to the next stage. What I need to do now is I need to flick that switch back of saying that. So what happens is once a pocket had been deleted, let's say this one, then it will get erased from the memory, erased from this very list because it's not there anymore. And then what I said this element to jump on is the first line from this list. So it will load in, hopefully this one. Oh, yeah, I just need to refresh the updates that I made. 1 second. So if I delete this one, it should load in the yellow one. Yes, now we're here. And now if I press delete, it doesn't know what to do because it just changes the yes statement back to yes, which in programming language says that doesn't do anything if you cannot make a change. So it basically doesn't make any changes, which is not get notified by this event, which do every time when the pocket menu is marked for deletion turns to yes, but it cannot be yes again unless I have been switched it to no before it's been pressed again. So I just need to add a new action, which is set state to an element, and it's the Pocket Edit menu, and then marked for deletion for the next element. That's because this one already been deleted. Then the plugin itself, or the embedded reusable element, should say no, it's not marked for deletion for the next one that's been selected by the workflow. So in theory, now just that by that single action added to the workflow of switching the, or flicking the switch back to no, should repair this problem once and for all. Let's see if I can. I would like to see if I can do it. Oh no, maybe. So the reason I cannot delete it from here, because I haven't added the reusable element here just yet, because of the changes. Anyway, so now what I would like to do is to delete all of the ones that are duplicates. So I delete this one, then I delete this one, and it should let me do it. See, it works. So I have one more duplicate, that one, and now it's a clean list of 4 different types and 4 different colors, which is awesome. Okay, so this one is done. Easy enough. Let's pick the next one. And if I have, did I encounter anything that I haven't noted yet? I think I did, but I don't remember what was that. Anyway, it might come, I might come across it soon enough. Okay, let's do the next one. Repair numbering from template. So this one is done. I could in theory delete this, but it doesn't hurt to keep it there. Okay, so repair numbering from template. I don't like to deal with that just yet, because it requires a lot of attention and I want to get rid of the easy tasks first. Okay, hold on. Repair deletion. Okay, create. Oh yeah, that might be an ideal next step. Let's see what else there. Remaining pockets color change to red. Okay, let's do this. This is should be an easy fix once again. So that action is placed inside, not the pocket focus element, but I think it's in the card display element, and it is a focus group, which is similar to a pocket, similar to a pop-up. Okay, here we go. Again, let me double check what the task is, and now this is where it comes powerful of saying I have ADHD and I always all over the place in my mind, especially when I'm explaining, but bear with me. So the reason that this highlighted feature is so good is because I can any point in time flick back to my card, see my checklist and see what I'm doing, because I always forget, and I didn't need it to, you know, ruin a piece of paper by writing it up and then throw it in the bin for no reason. So repair remaining pocket color change. Okay, so I need to see where it is. Color change. So I'm not doing the deletion. Repair remaining pocket color change stay red. So it's not the template saver, but the applicator. Yes, that's the one. So this button doesn't do both ways. It only turns it to marked for deletion and doesn't turn it back. Very similar to the previous one, except it works differently. So let's see, when it's clicked. So the first thing is set states keep yeah, so we will say that we don't keep this, which we don't want to keep this. We doesn't deleted anything yet, because until the users press apply, nothing will happen on the data itself. And when you see set states in bubble action, that only means that make storage or memory changes in the front end which until you trigger a workflow that make changes in the database only stays on until you refresh your Windows, so it doesn't make irreversible changes. Okay, so first action we do is we mark it for deletion by saying we doesn't want to keep it, and then the next thing is we have an empty list inside this repeating group or a reusable element. No, pop-up. Sorry. So we have free pockets or free information custom states. We have a list of marked for deletion. We have a list of pockets that are being pulled off when the users click the button that pops this pop-up on. And then pocket definitions applied. That's the list of pocket information that's been pulled across from the template. So because we need to merge two things, we need to merge the pockets that they would like to keep that they already have, in case when they have pockets on the added to the card, and then we also want to merge it with the templates items, which are not pockets yet, just pocket definitions. So we load in the definitions. We doesn't populate this one just yet, so we have an empty list for marked for deletion pockets, and then we have the pockets loaded on from the card. So what we do is first we decide keep. I'm confused now. I lost. So set states to keep. Oh yeah, so once this toggle is pressed, we say that we don't want to keep it, which only makes a visual change that is displayed by a condition that is only applied on the front end. So when so I didn't even, so I thought I based my my condition that turns the background red when we don't want to keep the pocket on the front end flag that states whether or not we would like to keep it. But I don't think I have based anything on this, so this might be pointless and I might be able to keep or get rid of it. Okay, so the next one is it sets. Yeah, so I think I have this problem of setting one state and then the other one will get applied straight away after that, and that's why I cannot turn it back. So I need to separate these two actions into two separate workflows with two different conditions. So once on the same button press, so once the user presses the button, only one of them will happen. So I think I will be okay if I get rid of this entirely. Then I copy this condition, which already conditions of what to do when, and then apply it to the workflow. Then I duplicate this workflow, and then I delete the last step. So I only have one step done when one condition happens, and then I don't need this condition over here because this one already decides whether or not to run. And then I do the same thing, but with the other step that only applies when the other conditions are met, because they are either yes or no. So now it should work over and back as intended. So if it's not marked for deletion, and the button is pressed, then this one will mark it for deletion. But if it's marked for deletion and a button is pressed, then this will make it not marked for deletion, but this one doesn't run. So let's see if it works now. Sorry, I might suck at explaining this, but just don't want to go into too much details until someone asks. The main thing is that I sort of understand what I'm doing, and now comes the proof of the pudding. So let's say I want to apply this, and now it should. Okay, good. It works with the red thing, but it doesn't work with the switch, because I think I have linked the switch with the mark for deletion toggle, which I can easily repair by setting the same thing, the same condition on the switch instead of the one that is whether or not it's set to keep or not. So when marked for deletion contains pocket, then toggle off red, and then okay, so I think this will repair the switch problem. And then I also can get rid of this marked for deletion state just to keep things neat, because that one, whether or not it's added to the get rid of it list or not, can decide what to do with it. So now the switch should work too. Now nothing works. Good. What? Why? What have I done? Okay, let's rewind. I think I've I might have. I probably have deleted the wrong custom state. So this is a list. Oh, so the custom state I'm looking for is probably not on the pop-up itself, but here on the group, which I didn't need. Okay. No more issues. Good. Let's give it another go. It's never easy. This was an easy solution, or an easy repair. Imagine a difficult one. Okay, now good. It works as intended. And I also want to see, so what I will do is I will replace it with something that has 5 totally different types. So this one has a 1 text, 1 drop down, 1 file, and 1 simple. Now I add this that has 5 text, and I will mark everything delete. So it should get rid of all of these 4 that is added to the templates, and then add the new ones on. Okay, the new ones loaded, although I don't see colors. The reason I don't see colors is because I have created this template before I had the right workflow to save the colors too. So it's not the fault of the system, it's the fault of an earlier test. Let's see it in action. So I will apply a template that I've created recently, and then I get rid of all of these 4, and should see this one that didn't get no color at all. Why is that? Let me open it back up again. Okay, do a refresh. So the thing is that sometimes this is something, it's not even in the template. I don't know why this stayed on. Let's see if I can delete it. Yeah, I could. I'm not sure what's this. I might come across something that creates, maybe it was added to the list before but just didn't get loaded at the beginning or something. I wonder if there is a rate limit of how many things can get loaded in here, but I don't think there is, because this one is more than it was applied before. So I also thinking about adding a keep all, delete all button on top, just like I did over here with the checklists. Actually, let me show you in the demo so I don't mess up my own work. So if I have more checklines, then I can toggle all on and off. Oh gosh, this is so weird. When you repair something, something totally different, something else get broken inside the app. But anyhow, so I will I will also repair this. Let's make a note of it real quick. I don't know when it's and how it's got overridden by something else, but I promise it's been working well in multiple occasions in the past. In the past 2 months, actually, it wasn't broken, so it's something that I created recently. Hello. Hi. Say hi to the camera. Hello. Do not shout, just say hello. No? Alright, maybe next time. No, that's good. This is how it should be done, right? Okay. Anyhow, this one's done. Okay, good. Deletions repaired. What next? I like repair ones because they are easier than let's do numbering for templates. Okay, so I want to see where the problem is. So I'm pretty sure. Yes, so I'm pretty sure if I create a new pocket, all the time it will get proper numbering as intended. But when I apply a template, it might have already recorded the numbers of each pocket templates. And if I save a template, yeah, I think that's what happened, because I have got the same pockets saved twice inside a new template, and their numbers had also been recorded same twice. So I've created these 4 pockets, then I created a template over it, then I applied the same template over the 4 pockets, and I kept them all, and they've been reapplied with the same pocket numbers that's been added previously. So that's why there are 2 identical numbers of each of them. So what I can do to get rid of this issue is I can eliminate the need for saving pocket numbers in a template, because they shouldn't be needed, because what will happen is that there is a backend workflow that will add new pockets to the card once the template is called. So I can, in theory, just define the templates, define the standing order numbers based on how many pockets are there in the workflow, so always get an extra. So that's what I think I will do. So we'll get rid of the numbering from the background. So when someone saves a template, I don't save order numbers, because they are somewhat pointless, because we will go from top to bottom anyway, from the user's point of view when saving. And what I will say is start the one with the starting number, and then always add the required increments. So the reason I need to do that is because I don't want users to be annoyed by always need to change standing orders after applying a template. Yeah, because I mean, probably nobody will notice it soon if this issue existed, because nobody wants to apply the same template twice to have double the amount of pockets than what they need. But it still is an issue and it's annoying, so I might be better to get rid of it. I need to give some treat to the parrots so they become less active. Come on. Yes. 1 second. I'll be back in a minute. Come on, love. Alrighty then, let's crack on with this. So, enough talk, let's do some work. I need to locate where the pocket creation is going on, which is already here in the card. Pop-up, not this one. The card focus pop-up, yes. Inside here, I think. Yeah, good. And I need to locate the button that is triggering. I could go from the back end, which many people do, but I always got lost. My brain works in a way that it will make me easy or simpler to find things I'm looking for going from the front end. So this button probably just triggers, a toggle of a group focus template saver. That would be easy to find. Here we go. Okay. So it's okay. So that's the save template button that triggers another pop-up, which is the template. No, that's the applicator, is when you apply template. I just check what the thingy does. New template, yes. So it should be the same group focus. It's only when pocket menus edit is yes. No, it's not the one. Okay, let me just go through. So if I save it, oh yeah, okay. So I know it's just an extra hidden section, which is here. Okay. You know what? I just put this button above. So I will look it beneath next time. It doesn't matter because you cannot see both of them at the same time. One of them is going to get hidden and the other one is displayed, and vice versa. So anyway, so this is the button that triggers the saving process. This is what I need to engineer. So this one triggers a new pocket template creation, which is where you will collect all of the definitions that you want to reapply when applying a template, and this will trigger a new backend workflow, which is a set of steps that should need to happen in order to save those templates. And then I think I will get rid of the Interesting. I thought there will be a number, but there might not be one. So let's see, that's my data structure for the app, and I'm looking for pocket definition and see if there is any number. There's no number here. I will also look at pocket templates, but that doesn't make sense because templates has a number of definitions which are storing the information that is needed to create the same the pockets with the same definition that is stored inside the template when someone want to apply a template to a pocket list in a card. So there's no numbering. Color name options, that's for the drop down. Pocket template, yeah, the template is that just a collection of definitions that is held together by a template, which is only a routing thing. Okay, so the issue that I thought might happen looks like is not the issue that happens. Now I have to figure out then how does the similar number scheme thing happens. So I need to see not the template saving workflow, because this looks fine to me, but the template application workflow, which is triggered by pressing one of these, which are the templates. So if I press that, then the template applicator opens up, which is a different which is the one that we just engineered before. So it would be, oh gosh, there's so many things. Where is it? Template saver. Yes. No, it's the applicator. Yeah, pop-up. Okay. So when I press this, then what happens? So I will delete the ones that have been selected not to keep, obviously, and then I trigger a backend workflow with a lot of things. Okay. So here we go. We have an order number added on creation, which is good because that's what we want. So what it does, it will check the pockets that are already on the card, if there is any. If none, then the value will become the first value, which is 0 plus 1000, so it will become the first one in the list 1000. So pop-up template applicators pockets minus the list pop-up template applicators marked for deletion. So I don't think I need this, because why? Okay, so pocket template applicator pockets. Oh, that's the order number. So if there are any pockets, I don't think I need to minus out the marked for deletion ones, because they already been deleted by the previous action. So I might be okay without that. Let me just do a quick snapshot, which I like to do, put it on my other monitor so I see what was there before, so I can relate to it. Because once you delete something, the majority is gone and you have to figure out what you wanted to do. So pocket template applicators pockets minus marked for deletion. So I don't need this minus, and I need the filter, of course, which is just to I don't think I need a filter, I need an ordering, not a filter. Okay, let's go from here and then design this numbering thing again. I don't need the first, Okay, so let's start from here. Pocket template applicators pockets. I might be wrong by thinking that I need to define any numbers before creation. I don't think I need this here. And I don't think I need to pass on any order numbers either. Let's redesign this workflow a little bit. So instead of order, I would call it starting number. So I can just, in the creation, I can do a search for, which I already do. Yeah, no, I don't think I need order here at all. Not even a starting number. So I got deleted that, so we don't need to define that key value. So what I can do is on the search for pockets that are aligned with this card, that are already existing. If it finds something, then it will look for the, I think this is the problem. So when it's descending, oh, that's good. Descending, then it will put the one with the bigger number on top. And then we will see the first item's order number, plus we will add 1000. The only problem is that backend workflows could run in parallel from each other, which is speeding up process. But the issue probably might have happened because if they run in parallel, then this search could end up not finding the result that hasn't been created by the other workflow just yet. So it doesn't have a result to base on. Let's say there are no pockets added to the or kept on the card, and once this backend workflow runs alongside with the other, so let's say there are 4 definitions added to the template that they are applying, then those 4 get created at the same time in some combination. And if the first one is not finished before the second one runs, then the definition that is looking for pockets that already have an order number and defining the next order number doesn't find anything. So this will always be mixed up based on how the server feels, whether or not it wants to run a how many parallel workflows it wants to run at the same time, or how many pockets are there inside one workflow to deal with. So how can I solve this? So I can do a something called recursive, I think, workflow, where I trigger an API event, trigger the not API. This is a little bit confusing. This is not an API event because there's no outside data. It's just a backend workflow, but it's called it that. Anyway, so I can trigger itself from itself, which will, instead of triggering on a list, which I do now, schedule backend workflow on a list. I can just do the first one and then finish one creation, and then re-trigger. Finish one creation, deduct the one that I have just created from the API workflow, backend workflow, and then trigger another one that will run with the first item always, with the condition of stop when there are no more items on the list. That will only result them running sequence in a sequential order instead of parallel. Oh gosh. Yeah, let's do it. So I need to change my trigger first. I need to schedule a backend workflow. Instead of on list, I will schedule it on the first item. And then it's called Pocket Creator. Repair flow, okay. So the card is this button now pop up. Template applicators. No. Let's use the element card tickets card. Okay, so the card is defined. The card is the collection points of all data. So that's fine. The color should be the So I need to define what to run it on first. I think I've done this before. I need to check because I don't remember how I set it up. Yeah, this is the one. So it has way less information because it doesn't passes over all the information from the list, but instead just one. Where is the list? Okay, so pockets list. Okay. So it has a list inside and not on the trigger. So I need to redesign the entire backend workflow, which is this one. I don't want to lose it because there's so much information stored already. That might help me with remembering what I need to set up. So I just rename this list, then I duplicate it. Oh, actually I don't need to. I create another one and I will call it similar. So Pocket okay, so this will be the single template, and then all I need is two parameters. I need a set of pocket definitions, then a template. Okay, let me see what I need to define. So I need a card, I need a color, I need a drop down options, title, and then a pocket type stored in definitions. So I need a list, that's for sure. Pockets, no, definitions, which will then create the pockets, and they should be pocket definitions. Okay, and then I need So I need to load the list in. Then I need to get rid of, I don't think I need anything else, because the definitions hold all the information. Okay, so then I need the steps, which is, okay. Oh yeah, so I need the condition is only when, let me see, pockets count, okay. So only when definitions count is bigger than 0, which means then if there is no more pockets stayed in that list that I will originally send down and then cut down one by one after each recursive workflows has done a round, then it will stop. So it doesn't put itself in a nightmare loop where it will run until someone stops it. So the trigger is done. Now, not the trigger, the condition. Now I need to modify the trigger. So I don't need this, but I need another one. Schedule a backend workflow, which is a single template. And then I need the list. So now I need to do a search for definitions that has the template that this workflow is running on. So the pop-up template applicators template that's applied, I think. Will it work? No. List of pocket definitions. That's what I need, isn't it? Oh no, template. Oh yeah, of course I need first items template. No. Hold on, I think I am pocket applicators. Why doesn't I pass over the template? I might do that. So this one, template, and I need to remember to pass over the template that is being applied in the API workflow. So why I'm doing this on the trigger, pocket template. Okay, now this is brilliant. So what we are doing is we will do a search for definitions that are linked with the template that the user would like to apply, and then we put all of the results of this search into the API workflow first, and then we schedule it to run straight away. So which is current day time, which means then when this trigger is applied, I will get rid of this because we don't need this anymore. So what we do now is we will trigger a single run API workflow on a single trigger, but we have added a list of pocket definitions inside with the definition of only run when the list that is provided has at least one value inside. And then the first thing we do is we create a new pocket, and then it should have nearly all of the fields filled out by the first item on this definition list. So the card is definitions first items card. There is no card stored in the definition, of course, because it can be applied to any card. So we need to find the card now, which is how. I might need to pass over that. Yes, I do. I need to bring across the card that is stored in the backend on this API workflow. So I need to modify that this one needs a card. A single card. So I will say the card is card, which we will go back to the trigger, and we define that the card element v2's card tickets card would be the item that these new pockets need to be linked with, which means that if you open the same card, you will see those newly created pockets. And then the color is definitions first items color, pocket color. Done, we don't need because it's defaulted. Drop down options, set list. So definitions first item, so we always use the first item from the list, and you will see why at the end. Drop down options, pocket, drop down options, and then order. This is the one that we ending up doing this all for, so I will leave it for the end. It doesn't have any values yet because it's not stored, not added, so no text needed. And then title should be the definitions first items title or name. Yeah, I confuse myself with these all the time. Sometimes I call them names, sometimes titles. And the type is the definitions first items type. So the order should be do a search for cards. That is, no, not cards, sorry, pockets. Come on. Yeah, okay, yeah. Pocket. That has the card is the same that is passed down by the API workflow. So search for pockets card and then sort by order, which is a number value that I add always. And then I will find the first one, the one with the highest number. So it's descending, means that the higher number will go on the top. And then we will pick the first item. So let's say that there is only one pocket added to the same card, then it will find, the search result will find only one, and it will define its order number. So first, the search first items, so the higher number out of the search results order number plus 1000, because I want to have 1000 number differences between items, because I'm using a special reordering mechanism with the drag and drop options of dividing the number difference between two elements depending on where you are dropping the new card anyway. So now I search for pockets that are already created, which will be 1 at the first loop, it will be 2 at the second, so the first one should be 1000, and then 2000, 3000, 4000, and so on, depending on how many cards we do. So we now created the pocket out of the first pocket out of the definition, and if we don't do anything, then this API call will only result one card, but we need them all. So what we will do is we will trigger the same API workflow. Again, it's called API workflow, but it's a backend workflow. From within the backend workflow itself, by setting up a new list, combining all of the templates, all of the pocket definitions, except the one that we already created a pocket out of, which was the first item of the list. So we will re-trigger on a single template, single template backend workflow, and then the list is the definitions minus item, the definitions first item. So what this does basically is it grabs the list that is already being passed on from the front end, which is all of the pocket definitions that are linked with the template that they like to apply, and then takes out the first item from the same list and creates a new list without the first item being added. Then the card is the same as it was before, so we just copy paste the same card that's been passed down, and then the schedule date again is current date time. So this will trigger another loop without the pocket that's been created, which will then create another pocket, which will then search for pocket numbers. If they search for pockets, if there is any, which will be, then it will look for its order number and then add 1000 to the loop, and it will become the next one. And then it will reschedule again with -1 item in the list, which will only goes until we run out of items that this workflow needs to run on. Now the last thing I would like to see is what was. Oh yeah, and I need to load these in too. Okay, so I will do the same thing. So the reason I need to load them in, because I don't scrape live data from the backend, because it will be just expensive. So what I do instead is that I store a list of items need to be displayed in a front end, which doesn't move until I tell it to update. So I will update the list. So I will do which needs. Oh, how do I do that? Oh, it's just, oh no, this is layout set list. What is layout set list here? Template. Yeah, I might have to do a last step, but I will see whether or not they will get created. And I think what will happen is that we won't see the change in the front end as it should be, because we need to wait until all of the pockets been created one by one, and then we need to refresh the front end list somehow from the back end, which doesn't have direct connections. But we can trigger something that will do that for us. So let's see it in action. So I'm going to apply the same list that's been applied and hope that these things gonna get organized properly. But what I'm thinking about is what would be the first order. I think it's just based on the index. Well, we'll see. So now what I want to do is to reapply the same template by removing all of these. So I think it was the bottom one. Yeah, 2 each. And I will delete all of them and then create new ones. And I probably have to refresh, because these are just going to get created now. And hopefully I don't get an email from Bubble saying that they had to stop a loop. Let's see if I load it back. Refresh. Perhaps. I don't think I needed to refresh, but no pockets. maybe, okay, let's see if they have been created. Just perhaps not linked. So the deletion went well because all of the pockets gone. That's been there before, but this one I'm not sure what happened. So what I can do is I go to my data tab and then see pocket definitions. No, pockets. Created date. No, nothing had been created, which is weird. Let me do this again. The last pocket been created is yesterday, so it's definitely not the one. I didn't do anything with templates, did I? Definitions, yes, I created these before. No, I see no pockets here. Well, let me see again. So add template by having no pockets added. And let's do this. Oh, I know. No, I don't. I thought it's because I didn't specify, did I? There's no issues. Did I specify the card? It's been pushed down. Yes, I did. Oh yeah, this pose. Let's make it longer. So search for definitions. Oh yeah, because I didn't. Of course. Okay, now I know. I said I need to do this, but I didn't. So the pocket template is added as a type of data to the element, but I haven't specified what template to base it on. So I need to find again the template selector, which is this one. There's a repeating group holding the template. Yeah, this is the button. So this should also not just set states, but also display data in a group pop-up, and then it should be the template applicator, and then the data display is current sales pocket template. Now it will store the template that the creation method will do its job in. Okay, now it should work. I hope. We'll see. And again, it still is an easy repair. It should be an easy repair. Okay, let's do this one. Hopefully. Let's open up a different one to refresh the memory and then come back. It says that there are, no, it's not. Okay, let's see if there are any pockets created. Let's refresh. No, still no. Okay, need to find the source. So I will add display data in a pop-up. I have added. Oh, and I need to do it here too because, oh yeah, I see. Okay, so what I've added was good, but I have two conditions. And I think, yeah, so this one runs when there are pockets already inside the card that I would like to replace or add new pockets to from a template. And there's another one that only runs when there are none. And this one had no pockets and I haven't added. So this was the workflow that ran that didn't have the step to define what I was looking for. So to pass over the template that the user have selected. So now it should work. And when I say it should, it should. Yes. Okay. 4 of them had been created, maybe more, because I haven't waited enough. Yes, okay, all of them is here. Okay, now I know it's a mixed up thing because they should 1, 2, 3, 4 should be here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. But I want to see what. So here are the new ones that's been created. That 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the numbering worked, which is great. Now what I need to see is what are the standing order. What is the standing order inside the template? So templates, which are pocket definitions, and then the templates should be the one that's called. So this is a good view, maybe. Let me see. So yes, that's the one. Just as I said. So these are the one that's end with 800 are the templates. So we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4, 4, 3. And a pocket's being generated in order where create date. Oh gosh, where we are at projects, not pockets. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4, 4, 3. Okay, great. So it followed the standing order that it's been saved with, which is good, because if someone does the same thing, accidentally mixes two same templates together, and then they would like to reapply that, then it will come back visually as it was when they saved it. So if the drag and drop action were deployed, which is not yet, so I need to add that to the list too. To pockets. Then that standing order will then get saved, because these pockets are going to be saved one by one, templates, definitions for the template, and then when it's loaded back, it will come back in the same standing order as it was, so unexpected behavior will happen. So this one, we can conclude that this is a good one. Okay, where is another repair one? So check all, check line, that's the last one, so let's do that quick. Let's see why this one doesn't do anything. So I want to see if it really doesn't in here. Okay, okay. It worked once and it worked again. Oh, weird. It does work. I wonder, this is the demo. That is the current version that hasn't been published out public. I might need to do another test on another card. Here, this one doesn't. Let's see if it works the other way around. Okay, so it unchecks, but it doesn't want to check back. But it does on the other card. Yeah, this one works here. And it works here. There's only one. Oh, actually. Oh, I see. Okay, now I see what happens. So it works on a scroller, but doesn't work on a focus menu, because these are placed separately. And I probably just haven't added the functions. So, but let's see if this is the demo, yeah. Let's see if the single click action works in let's say, so this is the scroller, but I want to go focus. Yes, the single action does work as intended. This one doesn't, so that needs to be repaired, but on the scroller action it does work. So what I might just do is just to copy paste the same, or not even copy pasting anything, because they look almost identical. Well, oh, yeah, I might change the placement. Yes, probably better if I want to change this progress bar to a circular one that doesn't take up as much space, so I might don't worry about that for now. Okay, so what I will do is to repair that. Now I located the issue and I know where it is and what causes it. I need to find the place first, so I just go inside. I don't need the Pocket template now because this is a checklist issue. Inside of wrapper, which stands for the okay, this is the Pocket, so this is the checklist issue, and I need to see first of all why this isn't aligned properly. Well, it is, that one isn't anyway. So the reason they don't look aligned in the editor and does look aligned in the live feed is because when some weird glitch happens when you have a group that has a chance of displaying a scroll bar that shifts things a couple of pixels away from the original position. So I just figured I will cheat as much as I need to make them align when displayed, and don't worry about the causes for now. Still, I'm doing an MVP, right? So what I will do, I see there's a workflow. So this one has a workflow. Let's see what the other one has to say about that. So I have this inside of wrapper, which I will hide, and then I have the scroller group and the checklist toggle action, which is this one. So I just recolor these so I can visually find them in this list. Should I use something I haven't used before? Perhaps, yeah, there's no green in here, so that will work. So the green ones are the one that's coming from the scroller, which is the one that works. And then I painfully have to relocate the previous one again. Checklist. Okay, here we go. And this one is, let's color this yellow. Okay, so just want to see what difference are there. So there's a condition and I have two workflows, because one is when everything is checked. Oh no, not yes. One is when everything is checked, and one when there is not everything is checked. So less than all is checked. And its job is to apply the condition for all. The thing I don't understand is, why do I have an order? What's the order doing there? And why is this 2 here and why is that 3 in the other one? So checked, yes. So if it checked, it takes the highlight off. What the order is, I have to see. So this is a checklist, oh, check line, data type, check line. Oh yes, I know. It's oh yeah. The order is the one that defines where to put it. So if it's 1, when it's highlighted, it gets added an order 1. Then it goes on the top. If it's order 2, which is unchecked, unhighlighted, stays in the middle, and once it's checked, will go down to 3. So the default order is 2. That's fine. So when everything is checked, should be 3, and then when it's not checked, should be 2. That's fine. Here, when everything is not checked, is 2, and then when everything is checked, is oh, it's the same action. That's why it's not working. Okay, so I need to find which condition is the one that it says yes. Here, okay, that's the one. So that's the condition. I wish that I can do an or section of, say, or this one, so I can link one workflow with more than one buttons, but it's not a feature in Bubble, so I have to work 2 different workflows which are basically the same but triggered by different elements. So just copy this basically and then put it in one of them. So I delete this, add this, and then I also need to bring across the condition on the top one that says yes. Okay, so the condition on the trigger should be replaced. Okay, that was the only change. And now I do a test. I'm not sure if I have done everything that it's needed, but I might be okay. So okay, we are in the, there's no checklists here, so I go there. So there's nothing is selected, and it should work in the scroller as it did before, but now we are checking it on the focus view, which was the problematic one. Yeah, okay, it works in one way, it works in another way. Okay, let's see if I check a view. They're there in the bottom, and now I check everything. Oh no, wrong button. Okay, done, and it's undone. Good, okay, it works. That was it. So we can cross this off from our to-do list, or checklist rather. Okay, drag and drop pockets not going to happen today. I don't think so. Maybe later on tonight, but I have to cut down the stream soon because there's some things I need to do. But let's see if there's anything else I can do before I leave. Template. Gosh, it's so difficult to focus on a single text line when you have ADHD. I cannot tell you how. It's no matter how much text I add, I always need to be in the right mindset. So I try to be smart about functions that will make me focus more, but I haven't came up with yet. So if you have any idea of how to focus down your attention when you are not having attention by reading text, give me that idea, because I might imply it inside this app. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know, maybe perhaps having a photo attached inside, which I can already do. Let's try that actually. So pick one, identify what the text means, which is the difficult part. But if I do this step before I finalize my checklist, it might help me. So let's try that. Redesign text input. Yeah, okay, that's an easy one to find. So this is what I'm looking for. I highlighted so I don't forget. Now I come to my builder. Oh, no, actually I come to my tester and I will come to the cards, which is where the text input is, and I hit edit and it doesn't do anything. Wonderful. Let me find another. Okay, this one will does. Okay, so now I do a screenshot. Come on. Okay, which you cannot see because I'm only broadcasting my browser, but you will see it in a minute. And then I come back to my to-do, and then I add some text, which is not important because the HTML editor is only applied here. And then I replace this with the image that contains the thing I need to work on. Good. So now, let's say I've been doing things and then I was off for a while. Now I came back and then I see, okay, this is the one that I'm doing. And where is that? Okay, this is, oh yeah, okay. I see an image. Actually, this one works. I might replace this, or not replace, but give another action or another so a thumbnail button that you can press and upload an image, a single image, nothing to bloat your attention with, but if you need visual context of what you want to do, then which works with me way better than text. Although, which is funny, I'm also a writer, so I write as a hobby. I write science fiction novels, and I can super focus on things that I enjoy reading or writing. But if it's just the text that I must read, it's the most difficult thing for me. So this visual thing actually might work. Let me do a screenshot of this, of the entire thing, because the screenshot will help me remember. And then I create another card called new feature to consider, and then I will also say screenshot to checklist, and I open it up and then I put the image in here. Oh, actually not here. Edit to the description, and I don't need to write a single word beneath the title, because I think this will lead me straight to the realization of what I need to do in this task. I really like it, and I also added a label. Let's make it yellow. Which is a reminder of good. Okay, I will get there one day. Put this higher so I find it. By the way, there's no reason to see all of the other ones when I can focus. Okay, this is good. I like this. I like this feature a lot. It was worth asking you guys. Shoot. Okay. So I don't want to deal with this redesign because it will become a nightmare. I know I will fiddle on it for days, and I still won't be happy. So I think I will cut it short for now, but I will come back later after I've done my things, and then I crack on with the rest of them because I definitely want to finish all of these today. So see you later, I guess.